Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 9, week 3, day 2. So of course today we got ourselves the faction for the Primal Rifts, the faction for Forest of Thorns. Overall, one of the easier ones, also one of the ones that have actually gotten a change. Back in the day, this one actually used to be the final room, but it was changed to be this one, so they actually changed it up. I think it's the only faction that's ever had like a positional room change, and yeah, they moved it more towards the middle instead of all the way at the bottom there. But overall, pretty easy level 500 pure faction. You literally just spam the legend until you win. Try to get a Trent resummon in the first slot. You can't start with it, but you're allowed to have it and still count as pure faction once you summon it. So you just start with 4 of them or 3 with whatever else from the faction. Let the first slot die. Replace it with a Trent, or have your first slot die again if it's not a Trent, and then basically just run through the entire place and just win that way with the Skull Spam team. Overall, among one of the easier ones, I would say. Maybe not the absolute easiest, but it has a really good resummon option, as well as just mass resummon while doing Skull Spam. So overall, not too bad. Of course, we're just going to be doing the free battles, and by free battles, I mean buy tier 1, so we can go get all the rewards. Hey, we got a King's Crown as well. Though we will start off probably with a little bit more into the World Events. Wait, what did we get for Easter today? I didn't even look. Oh, it's just the pack that they've been selling. Yeah, most of these aren't really too worth it, though. We get something for free on Friday, and of course, tomorrow, we got ourselves the pet. Definitely don't forget to go pick it up in 7 hours from now. You'll be able to go get the Easter pet. It'll be available all 24 hours of tomorrow, and of course, we'll be getting that next tomorrow night. But anyways, let's start off with a bit of World Event, I guess. Clear those out, as the guild's probably almost already done, as we had someone in the guild going for top 10, so I would not be surprised if we nearly have all of our battles already in. Yeah, a good number of it. He's definitely carrying us right now. Let's see, what position is he in? Yeah, he's in 9th place currently, so currently in top 10, which I'm not sure if he's going all the way. He's probably just going to stick to top 10. It is really hard to get those top 3 a lot of the time. Like, look at how close they are as well. They're just completely contesting it, trying to see which one will actually get the power orb. There's so many other ways to get power orbs these days, though, that it's really not needed to get first places. It's definitely a lot less enticing compared to how it used to be in the past, so some people still go for it. If nothing else, you can still get a power orb for like several thousand gems, which is a lot of gems, but if you're in need of one, it can be worth it. So hello Tyrion, hello Isabel, hello Mr., hello Gimli, hello Hollywood, hello Bill, hello David, hello Isabel, hello Cookie, hello Daddy Shark, hello Sushi Ninja, hello Roman, hello Gustavo, hello Dwight, hello Hung, and hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Easter's almost here. So close yet so far. What do we need here? We got the enchant already on full mana. Ideally I want to take like yellow or purple, so we shall take yellow. We'll just have to explode and hope that's enough. And should be able to get everything rolling from there. We just double Rowan, and then you're very dead. Don't even need the second one. Which is going to be the case for a lot of the battles, because we're getting so much boost ratio from the extra magic, which I don't even have that much metal for. I think we're just running with 1 extra metal damage for like, what is that, 160%? But 160% when you already have that much boost ratio is a lot of damage. That's like what? How much damage are we even doing? That's 300. Wait. Does the whole thing get doubled? Because that's 600. That's a lot of damage. That's like 700 something damage. Is it really that high? Wow. No wonder why we're like killing everything instantly. We're actually gonna take that first. Did I do that right? That's like 700 something damage. With 160% extra. That's a lot of damage. And that's just 1 Rowan. It's not even counting the other one. I think that number might be wrong. That sounds too high. Like, it's doing a lot of damage, but that sounds slightly too high. Because didn't we just, like, not one-shot? Or we should have if we had that much damage. Oh, no, it is indeed that high. It's just they also have a lot of durability. But yeah, it is around 700 something. Because 700 something specifically would not have killed, but brought them really close to death, which is exactly what it did there. Because like right here, you can easily see they obviously have over 800 durability. However, we should be bringing them down to basically double-digit values. And then they die. Yeah, that is 700 something. That's a lot of damage. Obviously, that's distributed across 4 units. It's not 700 something to each of them. That'd be very strong if it was. That's still a lot of damage. What do we even want here? Well, I know what I want. We just can't take it currently. So I'll take literally nothing, because taking yellow is kind of pointless since we're already going to have full mana anyways. It's kind of redundant to even take yellow. Though I guess it's also redundant taking a color that we don't need at all. Either way, we get nothing out of whatever mana we took there. So it didn't really matter which one we took. And no wait time today? Yeah, I actually got up like pretty much immediately when the little preview thingy was up. Mostly because the preview thing was late. Normally I try to do it a few minutes before 8, even if I'm going to be up at a later point. I was waiting on the computer to restart, because you know how that thing is. Loves to be very slow sometimes, so I made sure to restart it before the stream. But it was take a little while. Like, I restarted it a half an hour before the stream, and it was still wanting to go through some of that restart process by the time 8 hit. But luckily it was almost ready to go. Which is why the preview thing was up at like 8:03. Because normally I set it up through the other computer. You pulled your 101st power orb from a Volkey last night. Nice. That is so many power orbs. I still don't understand why, to this day, they still haven't added anything additional to be able to use the power orbs on. Which is very confusing, because they ended up doing that like 2 years ago, of course, a little over 2 years ago. At this point, almost 2.5 years ago. Where they ended up adding more ways to end up getting power orbs. But then we had absolutely nothing that we could use them on, which was just kind of strange. But anyways, speaking of Rowan builds, we're actually going to go right back into another Rowan build, as mentioned on the Monday video, as we're going to be running with this team here, which is basically just a Rowan team without a Mirage Queen, because Mirage Queen is not usable under a yellow-purple restriction. You could either double up on the Leprechaun or double up on the Rowan. In this particular situation, we are doubling up on the Leprechaun. Also gives us extra green that way. Also gives us double on power. And technically triple on power, because realistically, if you're casting with 2 Leprechauns, your first Leprechaun probably is getting all of its mana back anyways. So it's technically 3 Leprechauns when you run 2 Leprechauns, due to how the mana accumulation is going to work. As long as you're not blocking both of its colors, in which case that's not going to happen. But in a Rowan build like this, 2 Leprechaun casts is basically 3. As you're very, very likely, though not guaranteed, to have your mana back. Like right there, we didn't get it. But a lot of times you will for a 3rd Leprechaun cast. As long as he has at least 1 mana not blocked, it's pretty common. Maybe it'll be on the 2022 roadmap. Have they even made a roadmap ever? Is that something they said they were actually going to do? Because I can't remember them ever making a roadmap for Gems of War. Like, oh, here's everything we're going to do this year. Or at least attempt to do. Like, have they ever done that a single time? I'm pretty sure they haven't. Unless they announced on the forum, like, hey, we're making a roadmap finally. We're going to try to stick to it. So be aware, we will probably do like 10% of the things on it. Wait, it's already released? Hold up. Gosh, I missed the roadmap. We got a roadmap of thingy things. They just released it? Like, just released as in, like, literally in the last hour? Or released as in today and I just didn't check? Because I haven't checked all day. Let me go see. 16 hours ago? Okay, that would explain it. Because I didn't check it last night and I didn't check it today. Because I was going to say, I still check the forum. Just not, like, literally every second. But that would explain why I was in the last day then. And it wouldn't have been when I checked it, like, right after last stream. Okay, let's see. What's the easiest way to even get there? Hold up, let's go to this roadmap. Actually, the easiest way to get there, oddly enough, is 1 second. Because for whatever reason, on the Steam browser thing that I keep opening it so I could show it to you guys, it's always broken. So I'm going to go there through an actual web browser real quick, and then bring it up through there. And by bring it up through there, I mean simply just bring a link over. 2022 roadmap. Let's see. There we go. Hey, I was correct. It is a May update. Called it. Did I call it or did I call it? I even said that last night we're going to be getting an update in likely early May. Like early to mid-May. And guess what? The first thing on the roadmap says early to mid-May. Okay, let me go bring this up on screen so you guys can see this. Actually, I should probably get that to the title. Ooh, 2022 roadmap. Let's see. 2022 roadmap. I just spelled map wrong. That's amazing. How on earth do you spell the word map wrong? It was more so just a misclick than me actually spelling it wrong, but you know. There we go. Okay, let's go look at this thing. So, what's the easiest way to bring this up? Put this here, paste this, and it should bring us straight there. Okay, roadmap time. Let's go see what this says. Greetings, adventurers! As we approach Gems of War's 8th anniversary, you realize that's still half a year away. We have some exciting things planned for the game, and thought it would be great to share them with our community. The long-time battle-tested warriors, the enthusiastic new recruits, and those in between. The graphics below, or the graphic below, is a small window into our development schedule, showing our best guesses at what or when updates will release, as well as the names of some of the features in those updates, and the special events we have planned. It doesn't go into too much detail yet, but as each update approaches, we'll release some sneak peeks of what's to come. Okay, this might just leave you wanting more, and the image below has names that are often a bit more about the theme of an update rather than the details of its content. So here are a few extra hints about what's to expect in version 6.1, the depths below. That definitely sounds like some faction new troop updating this. This is definitely related to faction and delves. Like, there's no way it isn't. The depths below will feature some improvements to how you can yeah, there it is. How you can interact with delves in the underworld, including some expansions for the treasure hoard and plans for adding extra. Are they finally going to fix the thing that they never fixed during the beta in like 3.0? It would make sense. It's 6.3. They did it 3.3 versions late, but they might finally fix the underworld to be balanced. And plans for adding extra troops and maps to existing factions. There's more too, along with our continued overhaul and update to the game's UI. So we have, hope that we have whetted your appetites a little, and we can't wait to share more with you in the coming months. Okay, let's bring up this graphic. So, 6.3 update, the depths below. That's obviously Underworld, and they already said it. 6.4, Legends Reborn. This better be an arena for Epic, Legendary, and Mythics. Next, we have Hellcrag. Not the slightest clue what to guess on that. Almost sounds like a new kingdom. Oh, it literally it literally says New Kingdom. I was going to say, that definitely sounds like a kingdom name. It literally says New Kingdom. Anyway, 6.5 updates. Dragon's Path. Not the slightest clue what that is. Could be a new game mode. Then we have Broken Spire Kingdom Rework. There's so much more rework they need beyond that, but that's interesting because that's the first kingdom in the entire game, so a lot of things there are really weak. 6.6 is an update for Halloween. Next is the Gems of War 8th anniversary in November that maybe they'll do an update for, and then of course the standard holiday update. Interesting. Well, we know when next kingdom's coming then, July, approximately. Definitely sometime this summer. So how many updates is that actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically. It depends what the October one does, if it does a lot. Technically it's 6. Because this likely isn't an update, or if it is, it's a really small one. And this one likely isn't an update, and if it is, it's a very small one, just to make sure that the kingdom actually works. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major updates likely, with 3 other things that could possibly be an update. And as I mentioned, yeah, the next one's definitely sometime in May. It's likely early May, mid-May, though it could be later than that. Interesting. I really hope this is an arena rework. There's a good chance it might. Unless they're reworking like every legend in the game. Could you imagine for a Legends Reborn update, they literally rebalance every legend in the entire game? That'd be really funny. Like every legend, every mythic gets rebalanced. That would be a fun update, though I highly doubt that's actually what's going to happen. That'd be a fun update, though. Because anything that gets rebalanced very heavily is almost like having a new troop. If something that was completely useless then gets rebalanced and is actually usable, it's basically a new troop added to the game, in theory. A new troop that you might already have. Because it would go from something you would never use to something that might occasionally make its way into a team. I feel like that's one of the two. That or something completely different. But it's either going to be like a new arena mode that might actually be good, or they might actually rework all the higher rarity stuff. Dragon's Path sounds like the next Journey event. Well, the Journey event would likely occur... Well, actually, that's true. Because the Journey event would likely occur a few weeks after the Kingdom, and a few weeks after that Kingdom is literally the next month. July, August... Wait. May, June, July, August... Yeah. Because obviously we're going to be getting a Kingdom Pass here. But no, it can't be because it's a full update. That's definitely not part of this. Like, they're two separate things. That's definitely not a... Like, we're still getting a journey event around that time. However, that update is not the journey event itself. But we're definitely getting a journey event around that time. Because it should be anywhere from, like, 1 to 3 to 4 weeks after the New Kingdom. So that is the month we're likely getting the journey event. However, that update isn't specifically just the journey event, of course. It's something else. Like, the Dragon's Path likely has nothing to do with the journey event. Even though we're getting a journey event probably around the similar time. Which will be nice, because that one achievement that's been, like, unlockable for so much time would finally be unlockable by a lot of people. Obviously, you theoretically could have done it the first time. However, it has only been available for 1 week back in December and cost multiple thousands of gems to do. And a lot of people personally passed on it, even if they had enough gems. It doesn't sound like a Wargear or a Construct Kingdom. Oh yeah, what is it? Hellcrag. It sounds like an Orc Kingdom. It sounds like an Orc Daemon Kingdom. We already have an Orc Kingdom. We already have multiple Daemon Kingdoms. We have an Orc class, right? Wait, do we have an Orc class? I know the Orc class is very useless, which is probably why I'm forgetting why there's an Orc class. Like, it does exist. It's just very bad. If I'm not mistaken, is one of the triple damage burning ones outclassed by, like, literally every triple damage burning in the entire game. It's like one of the worst triple damage burning ones, if I'm not mistaken. That's why I'm forgetting that a Orc class even exists. Like, I'm aware that one does, but it's just so bad that I barely ever remember it. It's among one of the worst classes in the game. Because it's, where even is it? Can I even remember it based on its icon? It's a really bad class. Where on earth is the Orc class? Barbarian. Yep, there it is. Yeah, Barbarian's really, really bad. Let's see. Oh, there's one gimmick to Barbarian. Isn't this the one that has like 1 billion dodge? Wait, is it not? Never mind. You're not even the one that has double dot. Why are you so bad? Wow, I keep forgetting this class exists. It is so bad. Is it actually the worst triple damage burning in the entire game? I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe second worst? Oh no, is Warlord in endgame technically slightly worse than this? I guess it is. Because at least this has some dodge and some explosion potential. But yeah, I think this might be, yeah, Dervish is the double dodge. Yeah, I keep forgetting this thing even exists. Gosh, that thing is bad. I'm not sure if it's the worst triple damage in the entire game, though. Like, triple damage burning. I'm not sure if it's the absolute worst, but it is very, very bad. And you will find out soon in our next tier list. I'll be covering on all the classes. Soon, TM. It doesn't need to have Fire Tree. Like, that's not bad for... Wait, it doesn't have... Wait, does it not have Fire Tree for the triple damage burning? Never mind. Oh, it's not even a triple damage burning class. Okay, it's super bad then. Like, at least that would have made it at least somewhat usable. Yeah, I was thinking that one, War Tree was the Fire Tree. I always confused the two. Because they're actually two different ones. Because there's the War Tree, but then there's also the Fire Tree. And I always keep thinking that the War Tree and the Fire Tree are like the same thing. I'm not sure why. I guess they're both like very red icons. When is our 2022 roadmap? I know, I wanted to do so many retro games and stuff. My dad still hasn't been able to ship everything down. Even once he does, it'll take a little while to get it all running. Because that was something I wanted to do this year, though. Apparently that's going to almost be next year's thing. Because he still hasn't sent them down yet, and it's been almost half the year. At least a quarter of the year. You're not going to be buying the bigger pass anymore because the power orbs aren't useful. True. Especially with how many you have, gosh. Anyways, let's go do this faction. Then we'll go hand out a code soon. Oh yeah, I don't even have armor set, do I? Should probably go set that so we can go do this faction now. Faction assault, fight, and we're good to go. Right after the 2019 one. I'm willing to make a bet. We're gonna cover like a mythic tier list this year in like probably a month from now. And then that one update that's like the legend something or whatever it's called. That's supposed to come in like July. Or no, what's gonna happen is sometime in May, I'm probably gonna cover a tier list for all mythics. And then the update the following month will be like, let's rebalance every legend and mythic in the game. I'm willing to make a bet that's going to happen. There's at least a 95% chance that's going to happen. If nothing else, it'll be the view of all mythics prior to then. And then we'll have to make another one after. Oh yeah, what? I don't know why. Why do I keep confusing Defiant and Tyrion? I do not know why. I haven't done that in the past, so as of like the last month, I've been doing that. And I honestly have no clue why. Live chat users tier list. I can't do that. You're all S tier. And then we got to the Val Raven over there. What's that little clip bomb? Welcome, welcome. Exactly, Inflame. Elisa is Skynet tier. She has been very useful. And I greatly, greatly appreciate all the help. But I feel like she's like 90% of our moderation on stream as well. I do appreciate everyone that helps around, but it's almost always her doing it. Not even because other people aren't trying to help, she just always gets to it first, more often than not. Like even if we have multiple mods in a given stream. It's very useful when we stream other games too, because gosh, is there a lot of bots when we do like something like Pokemon related or something similar? Like for Gems of War, there's normally not as many, though they still come around. Just because obviously Gems of War isn't as popular as like a gigantic IP that's out there. But yeah, they still find their way to us. So definitely less often. The bots are F tier. Oh, I thought he said Izzy, not Elisa. Wait, who is Elisa? I definitely thought that said Izzy. Because some people abbreviate Isabel that way. Actually, Tyrion just did. Let's see. No, I was referring to you, Isabel. I just didn't realize the abbreviation wasn't correct. I like auto-filled the rest of the word. Actually, that's something I kind of want to poll these days. Did we poll it recently? I can't remember. But do you guys still do the Tuesday events? Like the Tuesday faction events? Because I still cover videos for it, of course, every Monday. But I feel like slightly less people do it these days because of the loot. Like, obviously, between Vault event and everything. So I'm actually curious what the number still comes out to. I know last time we pulled it was still really, really high. Like, I almost want to say 70 or 80%. But, let me go poll again real quick, because I'm kind of curious. I still do it most Tuesdays. Not every Tuesday, though. Let's see. Do you do the Tuesday faction events? So I want to compare these to the Friday faction events, because this is the second time we're ever going to have one. So I'll be able to get data on that then, too. Let's see. Do you do the Tuesday faction events? Always? Most of the time? Some of the time? Or very rarely, I'll say. Very rarely. And then we'll add an option for never. There we go. And there's the poll. Is there a Tuesday event? You haven't even noticed. I know, some people skip it. Because you get, what, 2 orbs and a vault key for it. But you also get a lot of gold and other stuff along the way. Because we're getting that chest that has a bunch of gold, souls, cursed runes, stuff like that. Oh yeah, Tyrion, do you not do daily factions? Actually, that'd be another interesting thing to pull this week. Might as well pull all the things faction related this week. Especially since we know next update's actually related to factions now. But, do you actually do the daily factions? Because I wonder how many endgame players don't. Because that is one daily I've stopped doing for almost 2 years now, I want to say. But I'm pretty sure there's still some people all the way in endgame that do still do it every day. I personally stopped the last 2 years or so. You only do them if you don't have the max. I feel that way about the weekend ones, oddly enough. Despite the fact that I do the Tuesday ones pretty much every time. Because the weekend one takes way longer for almost the same amount of loot. Like, it takes pretty much 3 times as long for, like, 1.5 times the loot. Like, its ratio is even worse than the Tuesday one. The Tuesday one's ratio is really good, though. Like, for time put in relative to payout, it's actually still pretty solid. Like, even compared to Vault event standards. But the weekend one's overall value is a little bit less valuable. Because you have to keep in mind you're putting in, I want to say, 3-ish hours for nearly the same loot as a Tuesday event. Maybe like double the loot, I would say. Because you're getting like, what, 3 orbs, 2 vault keys, and of course all the loot along the way, like the gold, cursed runes, all that. But it takes way longer, because you have to do all the way up to floor 230-ish, I believe. Whereas on a Tuesday event, you only do up to floor 80-ish. Like 80, 90, around there. Do you even re-roll the faction task? I sometimes do. It depends where it falls. The faction task is normally pretty quick, though, because you're just rushing down the faction more often than not when you get the faction task. Like, I never complete out the whole faction when it asks us to do a faction. Yeah, the only real reason for doing factions every single day once you already have them all maxed is mostly for the Chaos Shards. Like, out of the prediction that they might be useful at some point. And next patch will basically be the definitive moment on, are Chaos Shards ever going to be useful? Because they're doing a patch to the Underworld. Which means this is basically their last chance to make Cursed Runes useful. Or not Cursed Runes, I mean Chaos Shards. Because if next patch doesn't do something to Chaos Shards, they are basically pointless for the rest of time. Like, there's definitely something in some patch that uses them. It really comes down to what degree. Like, is that we don't know. All we know is that they will definitely have a purpose, because even if all they're doing is adding, let's say, 2 more troops to every single one, or even just 1 more troop to every single faction, that is still something you'll need to go open and get a bunch of drops from, then use a blue orb on and all that. So there's some use to Chaos Shards there. But if that's like one of the only thing that's going to happen to the Chaos Shards, it's not going to do too much. Because that will, like, initially apply a cost to Chaos Shards, but then it just will damper off. Because after that initial hit, there wouldn't be any, like, complete continuous sync. So maybe they'll be adding something like that for Chaos Shards, where there's some kind of continuous sync that you'll be able to put them into. It's always going to be weird if they start doing that to resources that aren't really that worth farming. For example, Chaos Shards are like that, but another one that's like that is pet food. You reach a point where you don't really need to grind out for pet food. So if they added like a pet food purpose into the future, a lot of people haven't been hoarding it since then. You know, you still get some passively over time. Like we'll be getting some more tomorrow when we go take that pet. However, like not that many people, or I don't feel like most people who already have like most pets maxed, or you know, as far as you can go based on how many copies you have. There's not much of a need to keep going for the ones that you already have, especially during a Vault weekend, because you're basically wasting 5 minutes to go over to the pet battle, do the battles, and then switch back. Because you have a 0% gnome chance during pet battles. So unless this is one you really need, you're, I don't feel like most people go for it. Include some expansions for the treasure hoard? Could be. Currently, there's not much of a point in ever upgrading a horde to, in theory, there's no point in upgrading it beyond 100. In practice, there's no point in upgrading it beyond 200. Because you can make the argument that up to 200 or something value similar, you can end up getting value for that for Pure Faction to make it easier. However, after you've done the Pure Faction, there's no need to upgrade it any further. I'm not sure if they would really tweak that much, though. Because there's no way they're ever going to expect anyone to get a level 1000 horde. That is very, very, very impossible. The amount of gold that it costs. If I spent every cent of gold we have ever gotten in this game... Actually, if my entire guild, over the entire 5 years, 6 years, how long has it been now? 5 years? 5.5 years? Let's just say 5 years. In the 5 years that my guild has existed, if every single gold anyone has ever donated into it went into one single faction to try to upgrade it to level 1000, that kingdom would still not be level 1000. That is how hard it is to get level 1000. That 30 people over 5 years would not have accumulated enough gold to do one kingdom. That's how expensive a level 1000 faction is. Not sure why it even goes that high. Realistically, you should only go to like 300 or 500. Even 500 would be hard, though nowhere near as hard as 1000. Because it would be nice if they tweaked it in a way that it's actually possible to get it to a max. But with how it's currently scaled, it is quite literally impossible to ever have them all max. And I'm pretty sure no one's even remotely trying to. Unless someone really wants to be the first. Yeah, they could always add a bigger treasure, like a boss rarity treasure. That is true. They could add a boss rarity treasure. Also, they still haven't added a feature to be able to upgrade treasure. That's probably coming next patch. I didn't think about that till just now. Because we even mentioned it to Kafka during one of the streams. Which means she definitely mentioned it to them. Which means it's going to be fresh in their head as things that need to change. Unfortunately, that means they probably won't change the billion other things that need to change with factions. However, I do feel like that's going to be a next patch, a way to upgrade treasure. I'd be very doubtful if it wasn't. I was actually surprised it wasn't in the 6.1 patch that upgraded Soul Forge. There's almost no way it's not in the 6.3 patch that updates factions. Because that's something factions desperately need, is a way to upgrade lesser treasure. Hopefully it's done in a way that's actually good. That'd be very funny if it costed gold to upgrade them. That'd be the biggest fail ever. Because the only reason you would upgrade them is to save gold. So if they actually costed gold, that would be a very big facepalm moment on their part. There we go. But what if they're ever gonna buff the chest at the end? Based on what they mentioned there, it seems like they might. Like, add different loots. Oh! What if they added medals? I didn't even think about that. What if they add medals to the underworld? Like an actual loot that's not useless? Oh no, we might need to start doing the daily of factions. I didn't think about that. Also, what if they finally... One thing they definitely need to do. They need to make doing level 500 factions worth it. The fact that it still isn't is insane. It was mentioned multiple times to them by multiple different people during the very first beta before it ever came out. And they did literally nothing about it until like a year or two later. And then that change didn't even fix anything. So hopefully this next update finally will. Because to this day, doing a level 20 kingdom, or doing a level 20 faction, rewards you better than doing a level 500 faction. Not only is it quicker, but it gives you more loot, which makes literally 0 sense. And it's been that way before it was even added to the game. And to this day, they still have not changed it. What do we need here? We'll take that. Grab our grain. Which is actually pretty insane that they've gone that long without it. It's like been, what, 3 years? And they still haven't fixed it. So hopefully this next month will be the time they finally fix it sometime in May. Took them like 3 years, but they got around to it. Though, in all fairness, that's about how long it takes them to do any update. So that's actually about right. That's about right. Because normally, whenever they say they're going to do something, it takes them about 3 years before it comes around. And that would be about the 3-year mark. So that's actually kind of right on time then. Assuming it's actually in next patch. Because I would love if level 500 factions were actually viable as a daily. Oh yeah, did they never do the Pan's Veil rework? Wait, they did one, didn't they? It did almost nothing. Like, they did one, but it basically might as well not even existed because it did so little. Like, it got delayed by like a year or two, and then when it happened, it barely did anything. I'm curious. I hope the Broken Spire one will be a little bit bigger. Because there's a lot of troops in Broken Spire that could really use a rework. There's a lot of troops in the entire game that could really use a rework. But Broken Spire is one of those few kingdoms that is particularly noteworthy. Because it was made deliberately weaker because it's the very first kingdom in the game. However, they made so many things to make the early game easier for newer players that they could easily ramp up the difficulty of the very first kingdom some without it really affecting new players that much. Because there's enough random things you can get with power creep these days that can easily handle the kingdom. Whereas back in the day, there weren't as many tools you had. But nowadays, you very easily could get stuff in early game that just absolutely decimates the early kingdoms. Pretty much anything with a boost ratio. Hey, let me go ahead and add a code. Because I wanted to do it slightly before we finish out the faction. And then we'll go on the mimic hunts. Not sure how many mimics we'll go for, but I do want to get at least a few. We found one last night, if nothing else. Actually, it was the very last chest out last night as well. Unfortunately, I had nothing in it, but it was worth a shot. But yeah, let me go ahead and add a code. Oh yeah, I forgot. I literally just restarted the computer, so I don't have the code thingy up, do I? 1 second. Let me just grab a code from the almighty code distributor. Put that into the, which is literally just a Word document. Oh no, I did not want to save it as new. I just want to save it. There we go. I accidentally clicked save as instead of save. Isn't there a hotkey for it? I never used the hotkey. I'm pretty sure there's a hotkey you can click to auto save in there. Or not auto save, but you know, throw save down. There it goes. Go. There is the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says in the bottom left of settings will be put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers and letters center with EC. And give same reward as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly, greatly appreciated. I'm pretty sure it's Control S. That sounds correct. I don't think I ever used that function. Mostly because I like to visually see the save. To make sure I 100% know for sure I saved. And then spam the save button like 5 times more just to ensure that it did indeed save. I was so paranoid about that like in college. Like not only would I save like every 10 minutes, but when I would save like 2 or 3 times over. Instead of just once. I know, it webbed my damage source. Whatever shall I do with my other 400 something damage? I do find that funny about Rowan. Like, it's a spellcaster, but it being webbed has almost no effect on its damage. Because in an average situation, like 3 to 5 times more of its damage is coming off of its armor than its actual magic value. Oh, what key was broken? Oh yeah, the E key is still broken on my other keyboard. Though I use the double keyboard format, that's kind of working. I've still been looking into what keyboard I will be getting next. The biggest issue is more so space at this point. I need to consider getting a new desk at some point. Like, the desk I have is really good. However, I have a TV on it. I got 2 laptops on it, I got my lighting on it, which actually, that's one thing I could do. I could get a new lighting setup. Because that would open up a little bit of space. However, when I say a little bit of space, I mean a little bit of space. Like, having the mic on this stand is actually opened up quite a bit of space. Because that opened up the whole area, like, right in front of me here. But, yeah, I'm trying to put too many things on a desk. I think it's the biggest problem with my, setup here is that I have too many things and not enough desk space. I haven't went furniture shopping for a while now. Like, I really, really like this desk. I kind of just want to make it work. I actually had this desk since I got here as well. It's a nice glass one. I guess one other solution would be to get a wall-mounted TV. Because then that would open up quite a bit of space. Which actually is another solution as well. Make all of my lighting not take up any space on the table. The mic not take up any space on the table, which we already have set up for that. And then make the TV not take up any space on the table. The only problem with that, though, is the webcam is actually currently on the TV. So it still needs something there to elevate the webcam. Otherwise, the webcam would have to come from, like, right here-ish. Actually, you probably don't even see where I'm pointing at. But, like, right over there. So we could have it on, like, this desk on the laptop or something. But even then, that's going to be an issue. Because I normally have that collapse whenever we do something on the TV. And then again, that wouldn't be too much of an issue. Because if the TV was on the ceiling, then I wouldn't need this to not block the TV view. Because the TV wouldn't be there anymore. Aha! I see, that actually could work then. I see. Oh, wait, that's not the last loot, is it? Get an OLED. Are they good? This TV is very old. This TV is as old as the Switch because I needed one for the Switch to run off of. So when did I get the Nintendo Switch? When did Smash Ultimate come out? Because that's how old this TV is. It's not that old though, but compared to some people, I don't know. How often do people normally replace out their TVs? I didn't have one for like 5 years during college, or like during that time of like transitioning from high school to college. Like that entire time I had no TV. Smash Ultimate release 2018. So I had this in November, which means that TV is 3.5 years old. That's not too old for a TV, I don't think, is it? Why would your TV be on the ceiling? Not the ceiling. I meant the wall. Did I say ceiling? I meant the wall. You know what I mean. Obviously, you don't put a TV on the ceiling. But that would be pretty funny to have a bed TV there. I still have a TV from like 2000 something, like the early 2000s. It's actually in the other room. I played all my GameCube games off of it. And I'm pretty sure it still functions. It's a very old TV. Like very, very old. Like the TV itself might be from like the early like the late 1990s or early 2000s, because I got it in like sometime ultra early 2000, like 2001, 2002, which means the TV would have had to have been older than when I actually got it. So yeah, it's very old. It's definitely at least 2 decades old, that's for sure. The one I currently use for streaming is 3.5 years old. Normally when we ever stream like a Switch game or anything similar. Anyways, let me go. I already handed out the code. Never mind. I was going to say, let's go hand out a code. I already kind of just did, didn't I? Anyways, let's go find some mimics. See if we can make that number go up by 1. Because I highly doubt it's going up by much more than that. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. Won't know if you don't try. But anyone who didn't claim the code earlier, there's the code right there. But yeah, are OLED TVs really that good? I know the OLED Switch is like way better than a normal Switch. Like I was messing around with something the other day and had both the Switches out next to each other and on. And I never really appreciated how good the OLED is until I saw it next to the normal one. Like the normal one looks like I'm watching it on a like grayed out filter. Like it looks like it has like a black tint over top the entire screen. With like the brightness and fidelity difference between the two. It's actually pretty insane how much of a difference there was. Like you don't really notice it when you only have one or the other. But when they're like side by side, it is such a stark difference. Well, I don't have a 4K capture card. Also, it's literally impossible for me to ever 4K stream. My connection just will not be good enough to 4K stream. Though, I don't know. Because ever since we started using this new encoder, it has never dropped a single frame from 1080p 30. We could maybe even try 1080p 60. I just need to think of a good game to do it for. Because I generally don't play games where graphics matter. Like, at all. Because my current capture card only goes up to 1080p. I should probably look into a 4K capture card, though. I'm not sure how much one costs. Because graphics are starting to get up to the point where 1080p in like 5 years is going to be low. Like 1080p in like 5 to 10 years is going to be like the new 480p. Where it's almost going to be too outdated to use. Because the lowest you can really get away with these days, I think, is 720. Technology is advancing enough that soon 1080p will be like the bottom line that you can realistically get away with. Oh, there's not another skull for us. Unfortunate. Luckily, just cascades out of nowhere. Always good to see. I almost keep forgetting these bunnies even exist. Their loot is so bad. It's just 50 souls when you kill one. I feel like the gold one's the best overall ratio of loot when you get the 500 gold from killing a Battle Crasher. That is not what the Battle Crashers do this week, it's just souls. They both give 50. Even though there's two different ones, they both give the same loot. Which is kind of weird. You would kind of expect that if they're going to do two different ones, maybe they'd be two different loot. Like this one be gold, the other one be souls. Because that would kind of make logical sense. However, they both just do the same thing with a different visual, which is kind of weird. Because if you're going to do two, at least make them different loot. But they're doing two, but they're both just the same loot. Oh yeah, Isabel, the methods for that game are very broken. Yeah, we'll probably be playing that again, I want to say Thursday. Like Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week we'll probably be doing that. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get the whole DLC done during that time. But we will be revisiting it. Because the last time I played it properly, like I took a peek at it April 1st of this month. And it kind of got me like interested in it again. But the last time we like properly played it was 2.5 years ago. Like we're talking like November 2019 amount of time ago. I think it was a very long time. What do we need here? Take the blue down. Get the other explosion. Fortunately, has that transform. You know, oh no, I was gonna say I should probably kill the transformer before he goes crazy back and forth. But I forgot the stealthy. Now we can because stealthy doesn't matter because they're both stealthied. Which is one of the weird thing in Gems of War. When both, or when every enemy that is currently alive has stealthy, you're allowed to target any of them. So basically, if everything has stealthy, nothing has stealthy. In some games, if everything is stealthy and you use something that can target, it just won't let you target anything. But for whatever reason in Gems of War, it just lets you target anything. It does like the exact inverse. Which is one thing that makes stealthy not overpowered, if nothing else. But in doing so, it also makes stealthy very, very weak. There's a few exceptions to that, like Arachne Weaver, hero classes that really want to not be hit and stuff like that. Like, stealthy when you have 1 or 2 on your team is good. Stealthy with 3 or 4 is exceedingly bad. Because with 4, it literally does nothing. Three can kind of work, but you would have to have a lot of resummon. A lot of very quick resummon. Which is why 2 is the most you normally ever see. It's also why something like Orb Weaver, Arachne Weaver is so annoying to begin with. Because it's double stealthy into 2 things that can very efficiently summon things that don't have stealthy. Which is one of the few rare situations where stealthy is really broken in Gems of War. Because Synergize is really good when you're summoning a lot of non-stealthy units. While the stealthy units stay safe. Oh, I should take a purple first. Whoops. Luckily, Lycanthropy hit the thing that has immune. Oh, you wanted to know what that one method was, Isabel? I can just say it right here. All you have to do for a lot of gold in that game is just convert all your watts into luxury balls. You have to like go around to those guys in like the wild area. But I do remember that money-making method. I don't remember too many things about the game, but that is one of the few. Because for whatever reason, they made all of the special balls in the wild area cost 50 watts. And for whatever reason, the one ball that is worth like way more value also only costs 50 watts. So you could just mass buy it very quickly and then sell it to one of the Pokemart things. And I think they sell for like 1,000 each or something. Like, it gives you so much money. You basically just get a bunch of luxury balls and sell the luxury balls. But you get the luxury balls with watts and then sell them for Poké-Dollars. And then you basically have like near infinite cash. Not literally infinite, but a lot of it. Give no problem for the code, Melee. Yeah, if anyone still hasn't claimed it yet, there's the code. If anyone's just getting her now, it should still be usable. I don't think it's been completely depleted quite yet. Let's go for a few more chests, see if we can get lucky. I still want to try find that Mimic tonight if we can. Hey, you can rob the Pokemarts, pretty much. I really hope there's more quality of life stuff in the 9th generation of Pokemon. Like, the most recent one in Sword and Shield did a lot of things towards that. Some of which I actually learned pretty recently, too. However, there's still so many more things that they could do to improve it. That hopefully they will finally get around to doing. It's kind of like Gems of War patches. You kind of hope that every single time after 3 years when they say they'll do something, that it will actually be improved. That's pretty much how Pokemon is. You just kind of hope after multiple years of development and being asked many times for them to improve on something, that they would finally do it in a patch. Let's see, I'll take that over. Get our hit over there. But it does look like Delves are going to be fixed pretty well in Gems of War next patch, which is kind of nice. But what else was on the roadmap there? Legends Reborn. I still feel like there's only really 2 things I feel like that could be. And a new arena mode that's geared more towards endgame. Or they're finally going to rework every legend and mythic in the game. But the fact it doesn't say rework and the Broken Spire one does makes me think it's not a rework. Makes it seem more like a new arena mode or something. Or even if it's not called arena, you know, like some kind of endgame mode that's kind of in the same premise of how arena mode is in most of these kind of games. Because I don't feel like Gems of War really has a proper version of that. Like compared to Hearthstone or something similar that has an arena mode. Like Gems of War's arena mode is not a mode that is commonly played. Like at all. Whereas in a lot of other games that have a similar equivalence, it's like one of the most played modes in the entire game. And I feel like that Legends thing, the Legends Reborn, might actually be a mode that tries to do that. That's personally what I feel like it's going to be. We'll find out when it happens. Or at least when it gets closer, because it might spoil it beforehand, luckily. Soon, TM. You have 102 power orbs now? Gosh. Yeah, that's why I said if I did an entire stream of opening vault keys, we could literally just hand out codes when we get a power orb. Because power orb drop rate is low, but if all you're doing is opening vault keys for hours on end, it's actually not too low. Like, realistically, you're going to get one almost every hour or every other hour. Probably every hour. Because what? You can easily open 2 per minute. So that's 120 per hour. They're a 1% drop rate. So yeah, once every 2 hours then. Because obviously they're not every single drop. So about once every 2 hours you could pull a power orb if all you did was open vault keys the entire time. I never did read the thread yet. I probably should. That'd be too much to read on stream, though. I'm pretty sure there's over 100-something comments on this page. Wait, how do I even go back? Yeah, 117. Oh, no, never mind. Only 27. That is not too many. I'm skimming and I'm not seeing anything that really says it. I'm also skimming very skimmingly. Oh, what do I even take here? I need purple. I can't get purple here, though. Oh, I could just also killed it with skull. Whoops. Oh, and now I can't. I did like the worst possible order. It was the grayed out area? Oh, was it under the spoilers thing? I see. I thought that was part of the screenshot for a second. That makes sense. Well, we don't constantly farm it. It's good to... Okay, I see what you mean now. It's good for a little bit of farming here and there. It's why I don't do, like, super long streams for Gems of War generally these days. Like, normally our average stream's, like, what, an hour or two, with a few exceptions. I used to stream it, like, 6-hour streams every single week. But obviously I don't do that these days. I don't know. What is this? What am I looking at right now? Reach level 100 to unlock Deep Delves. Deep Delves? Deep Delve can only be used for delves level 100 or higher. Extra glory per day. Make this a Deep Delve. Trade stones, trade stone. So that will fix the level 20 issue if nothing else. The potion will be enchant all allies, delves of this... Oh, are they finally adding the potion functions? Oh, you might be able to buy potions for factions specifically now. Instead of having to spend a bunch of gems on a Tuesday or weekend event. You might be able to just have a week-long buff. That's pretty cool. That's kind of cool. I hope we get more than that, though. But that might fix it a little bit. If we have an option that's like 100 plus that allows you to go for better loot or something. Because then level 20 spamming won't be as good. Then people will just do level 100 spamming. Instead of doing 500. Unless they actually make 500 specifically worthwhile. I'm not sure why they would just make it not only available at 500. To fix it. Kind of like how Explorers right now. Because realistically, if you want to hunt mimics and stuff like that, you have to do Explore 12. You don't have to necessarily. Like, you can still get it in other locations, but the best place to do it is Explore 12. And factions have never been like that. The best place to farm factions has always been level 20. I was hoping they would do something to factions that would make level 500 more worthwhile. And I assume it would be a next patch. Like, if there was any patch that would do it, it'd be next patch. Why is level 20 the best method? Because it's super quick and it gives 1 times multiplier. Doing level 500 gives 0.5 times multiplier. Meaning that you get more loot from doing 20 than you do from doing 500. In 2 ways. Not only is it quicker to do level 20, but you also get a 0.5 times higher multiplier by doing 20. But the problem is, once you get past 20, you can't do 20 anymore. Because if you do 1 battle, complete out 20, and then go back to 20, it'll have a 1 times multiplier over it. But if you keep spamming 500, it only has a 0.5 times multiplier. Which makes literally 0 sense. And has been brought to their attention so many times and they've never changed anything about it. It's probably the longest running weird thing about this game. That I still don't understand to this day why it hasn't been changed. Oh, wait, I have a win. Almost didn't take it. Oh, you played before, bad. Yeah, Gems of War is one of those nice, really chill games you can kind of just play whenever. Which is one pretty convenient thing about it. Also, it's definitely my go-to airport game, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure when it comes to things I play at airport, this comes out to like 90% of my total playtime. At airport specifically. But does anyone else have any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Otherwise, after this next chest, we're probably going to call it a night for now. And then tomorrow, don't forget to pick up the new bunny rabbit. It's a little chocolate rabbit. But you know what? I should go pick up a chocolate rabbit myself and see if I can find one I can actually eat. That'd be funny if we had one. The only problem is I might not be able to find one I can eat, so I might need to find something. That'd be pretty funny if we had one to eat while we get the pet. At least nibble on. I'm not going to eat the whole thing, obviously. It's a lot of chocolate. Not sure if I'll even be able to find one I can actually have because I'm allergic to nuts. I'll find some kind of equivalence. If you were to build a Guild War defense, pure RNG luck assassin team, what would you build? It would likely have to be assassin. Yeah, it'd probably have to be assassin, mercy, another empower that synergizes with mercy, and megavore. Because you need cleanse. And you need double empower. So it'd probably be like rope dart or yellow book if it's yellow Guild War day. Followed by mercy plus bunny. Because you need that bless. Followed by megavore. Which would give you cleanse and bless for entangle and freeze. It would give you double empower. Both into the same color, into yellow. And you could run either book or rope dart as your weapon. Assassin obviously is your class if you're going down the pure RNG route. And then megavore for the 8% insta-kill while also having impervious. Not sure that would work out that well, though. But it would definitely be a lot of RNG, that's for sure. I'm not sure how well that would work out, though. Like, Assassin in general is normally too luck-based to function. Which is one of the reasons it's almost never used. Because Assassin does one of two things. It either auto-wins or auto-loses. There's almost no in-between. It either rolls so luckily that you can't possibly beat it, or does what it normally does, doesn't ever function at all, and literally it's like not even running a hero class. What color would that be? You would have to use it on yellow Guild War day. Either yellow or purple. If you're doing rope dart, you could do it on purple day, potentially. But it'd probably work best with book on yellow day. Alright, let's go take out this final battle. Did you ever update your green Guild War defense? No, I really do need to upgrade my Guild War, or update my Guild War defense teams. There's a few of them that I don't really like that much. They're still being weird. I'm not sure why I haven't really changed yet. I should probably do that before next Guild War actually rolls around. Aw, we didn't get anything. That's unfortunate. But the hunt shall continue. Hopefully we'll be able to get something good. Wait, did the graphics not save? I was gonna say, it looks like it's still off. It didn't save. I guess I accidentally clicked no instead of confirm. Whoops. I was gonna say, because it still looks like it's a pixel off. And apparently it was. I guess it didn't save my options. Anyways, guys. Oh yeah, let me go double check the poll before we end here. What was the poll? So we got 47 votes. Thank you everyone for voting. Also, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. If you guys enjoyed. Do you ever, or do you do the Tuesday faction events? It was 47% for always, 30% for most of the time, 15% for very rarely, and 9% for never. And we know that Tarian was one of them, so that means like what, 3 votes for never? Pretty sure it's 3 votes for never. Interesting. But yeah, I'm always in the most of the time category, I would say. Which actually is the second highest category. It looks like most people do it most of the time. And if you combine both of them, that's 77%. So yeah, that's a solid 3/4 of people who pretty much always do the Tuesday events, which makes sense. And that would leave like, what, about 25% that almost never, or very rarely. Man, also, hello, Bushka. Goodbye, Bushka. Anyways, we'll be calling it a night for now. We'll be back tomorrow for the Easter pet. Definitely do not forget to get the Easter pet. It'll only be available tomorrow for that duration. In 6 hours, it'll be available for 24 hours. And while it will technically be available in the future, it'll be very sporadically, almost never. So definitely make sure to go and get it. It is as a cosmetic pet, so not like too huge a deal, but might as well get it. It's pretty easy to do, obviously. And you can easily just kill it out with like Mang or something else if you want to run an early game. Like a barrier on Brown Hero class with Mang is enough to kill it out. Or Tesla. Tesla was available last week. Literally just a Tesla can kill out the whole thing as well. If you're running like double Tesla, single Tesla. Anyways, guys, good night, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. As always, greatly appreciated. Support is always greatly, greatly appreciated. And I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.